What if I told you the Greater Toronto housing market may just experience the biggest shift in over a year? For months, we've been talking about, the high inventory, the cautious buyers, and the falling prices. But this month, sales are up, new listings are down, and inventory shrinking. Competition is quietly returning. In fact, this is now the strongest spring market we've seen since the correction began. So what does this mean for, home prices? What does it mean if you're a buyer? And what should sellers be doing right now? Today, we're going to break down exactly what's happening across the Greater Toronto market, Toronto, Mississauga, Oakville, Burlington, and the Halton region. And trust me, some of these numbers might surprise you. We'll look at the latest numbers, the average prices, and where the opportunities are right now. What I expect to happen over the next few months, and I'll share my buyer's tip, seller's tips of the month that could save you thousands of dollars in today's market. So stay tuned. All right, if it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Jure. I work with my wife Lisa here and with the Bekavac team, and we help families from buying, selling, investing, and relocating throughout the Greater Toronto area, and even downsizers. So if you enjoy real estate market updates, buying, selling tips, neighborhood tours, or local market insights, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and share with anyone you think that might be useful for them. This is why you'll never miss a beat in the Greater Toronto real estate market. So let's dive into these numbers. All right, let's go year over year summary here. As you can see, from 2026 to 2025 of May, there's a chance sales are up. We're looking, over 6,500 new sales activity for, May of 2026 compared to last year, which is just hovering about 6,200. That's a 6.3% increase in sales. Also, you can see here too that, new listings also, they've decreased to about 698,000 units for sale in the Greater Toronto area. As was last year, we're looking at 21,830 units for sale. Homes, exactly, not units, but you're looking at about a 19% decrease in new listings. Activities themselves, as you can see right here, we're looking at 13% decrease from year over year. We're hovering almost 27,000 active listings compared to last year, where it was a little over 31,000 new listings. The average sales price has dipped also at a 4.6% decrease. We're hovering $1,070,000 for an average price in the Greater Toronto area. As for last year, it was hovering around $1,120,000 for an average sales price for the Greater Toronto home. Also, days on market, it's about an 8% increase. It's about an extra 2 days, so 27 days homes are selling in today's market, as with last year is about 25 days. All right, let's break down these numbers. I go from 416 compared to 905 from year over year. As you can tell, the 416 for a detached home is hovering, roughly about $1,610,000. That's about a from last year, a 6.5% decrease from year over year, as you can tell. On the chart there, a 905 area for a detached home, we're looking roughly about $1,268,000, and that's a decrease of almost 4% decrease for this home, for year over year for a detached home. Semis themselves, you're looking at $1,293,000 for a semi in the Toronto area, 416 area, and then to the 905, a semi-detached home is roughly hovering around $871,000, and that's, remember, everything's clubbed together. Year over year, that's roughly 0.6% for in the 416 area, and the 905 area, you're looking roughly almost a 7% decrease from year over year for a semi. Townhomes, about hovering about $953,000 for a townhome in the 416 area. Average price clumped together, remember that, and that's looking about from year over year, a 5.5% decrease from year over year in the 416 area. For the 905 area, we're looking at about $812,000 for a townhome. and that from year over year is about a 6.6% decrease from the average sales price. Also, if you're looking at condos in the 416 area hover around $673,000, and that is 5% decrease from year over year for a condo in the 416 area. A condo in the 905 area is hovering around $573,000. It's basically almost a 10% decrease, 9.5% decrease from year over year for a condo in the 416 area. So what does this all mean? The numbers, breaking these numbers out. So this is a story, but no one's really talking about it. Most headlines are focusing on the prices being down, but the biggest story here is the inventory. New listings are dropping. That's a 19% decrease from last year for dropping for new listings. It's a big number. At the same time, sales have increased by more than 6%. That means, buyers are absorbing homes faster than new inventory is hitting the market. It's a good sign. And, when supply shrinks, demand starts to grow. So prices are starting to stabilize. That's one thing to think about in this market right now. So this is what it means. I'm going through these numbers. Now we're going to go down through Toronto, Mississauga, Burlington, Oakville area to break these numbers down to you as well. All right, I like to break down these charts. It's a new thing we're doing right now, but basically, in the Toronto detached homes, you said it's about well over $1.6 million. It's down by 6.3%. So it's about a difference of a little over $100,000 from last year. Semis are holding strong. It's about $1,293,000 for a semi. It's 0.6% decrease. So we're only about $800,000 decrease from last year. So they're holding steady in prices. People are finding that they're going into that more affordable. The Toronto area townhomes themselves has dipped by 0.5% decrease. Hovering at $953,000, and that's roughly about a $55,000 difference from last year to this year. Condos themselves dipped 5%, hover around $673,000. That's a $35,000 decrease from last year to this year. So what's it tell? Toronto continues to be the tale of two markets, right? Condominiums remain the most active segment right now, with 1,000 sales this month, and averaging what we just mentioned about $675,000. Detached homes you just seen. Premium prices, just a little over $1.6 million, but they've softened roughly a little over $100,000 from last year for the price. The one thing I mentioned that does stand out, the pricing is only 0.6% for semis. It's making one of the most resilient housing right now segments in Toronto today is the semi-detached. So for buyers, condos continue to offer great opportunity in Toronto market. And sellers' prices are correcting and remain critical. Remember that. Let's break down the other one. We'll go to Mississauga. All right, the Mississauga market here. We're going to break detached homes are hovering $1,250,000. That's a change from last year, almost a 9% decrease in price. That's about $122,000 decrease for a detached home in Mississauga. Semis themselves, we see decrease right here. You can see, roughly. You're looking, $960,000 for a semi, and that's about a 7.5 decrease. You're looking about a $78,000 decrease in price from year over year. Townhomes themselves, they're looking about $785,000 for a townhome. That's 10.6% decrease from last year. Looking about $93,000 decrease in townhomes. If you're looking upscale, it's a great time to get in there. If you're looking at the Mississauga area, get in there also, even for detached. Condominiums themselves, they're looking at $610,000. That's 13.8% decrease from last year to this year. And in the Mississauga market, that's about a $98,000 decrease in price from year over year. So what does this tell me? Mississauga remains one of the most strategic place marketing in the Greater Toronto area. Remember this. The biggest correction has been in the condo market for Mississauga, where we see the prices, you see nearly 14% decrease. That's representing almost $100,000 in value from year over year. So if you're looking to get in the market, great time to get in the Mississauga market is buy the condos. Detached homes have also adjusted roughly. You're looking at about $122,000 decrease from year over year for detached home Mississauga. So we're seeing now buyers are becoming extremely selective too in the Mississauga market. So move-in ready homes continue to attract attention, guys, while properties, needing work are taking a longer time to sell, and that's why they sit on the market as well. So this market rewards preparation and pricing strategy. Remember that in the Mississauga area. All right, the Oakville market here. So a detached home averaging now in the Oakville area is about $1,850,000 from year over year. That's a decrease of 5.5%. You're looking at a $107,000 decrease for a detached home from last year. The semis are hovering on average about $1,150,000. That's about a 4.8% decrease. That's about a $58,000 decrease from year over year from last year, 2025 to 2026. Townhomes themselves, they're averaging about $1,020,000 in the Oakville area. That's from year over year. It's a 6.2% decrease. That's about $667,000 decrease in price from last year. The condo market, a condo average about $760,000. That's 8.2% decrease. That is, from last year, it's decreased by $667,000, or average $68,000 for a condo in the Oakville area. It's decreased. So what does it tell us here? Oakville continues to be one of the GTA's premium housing market right now. Even though the market is a correction, guys, detached homes still are, on average, approximately, you saw about $1,850,000 in the Oakville area. Luxury buyers haven't disappeared, guys, from the Oakville market. They're just simply more selective. Homes that, guys, are staged properly, updated, and priced, remember, priced correctly, are still attracting strong interest. Remember, price is crucial. It's the number one thing you need to know in this market. So for many buyers, Oakville continues to offer long-term value, has top-rated schools and an exceptional lifestyle. Okay, the Burlington area here, let's break this down. Detached homes on average, they're selling for $1,280,000. That's a price change from year over year for 2026, about 2.7% decrease in the price. You're hovering about $35,000 decrease for a detached home from last year for 2025 to compare to 2026 of this year. Semis themselves are hovering about $925,000. That's about a 4.1% decrease, about a $40,000 decrease in price from last year for May 2026. Townhomes are about $815,000. That's an 8.3% decrease. That's hovering about almost a $74,000 decrease in price from last year. Condos, big hit here. You can see they're averaging $585,000. That's an 18.4% decrease from last year, from May 2026 to May 2025. That's about a $132,000 decrease. This is a gem. If you're a first-time home buyer, you're looking to get in there, downsizing, perfect opportunity. We've moved many people from downsizing this year into condos, and they've gained. Something to keep an eye on right there on the condo area for Burlington. So what is it saying? Burlington remains one of the strongest and most balanced market in the Greater Toronto area. So what really jumps out here on the page for you is the detached homes have held their value here. Prices are down, but it's only 2.7% from last year. That's about, roughly $35,000 decrease in price from last year to this year for a detached home in Burlington. Compared to Burlington, the condo, which I mentioned, which has experienced the largest adjustment right now. It's down almost $130,000 from year over year. The condo market in Burlington for May 2026 compared to May 2025. So, families looking for long-term stability, Burlington continues to be one, they're most attractive to, and it's the attracts the most attractive market, in the region is the Burlington area for the Greater Toronto area. All right, we're comparing all those four markets right now. One trend becomes very clear for us right here. The condo market. They've experienced the largest correction through the Greater Toronto area. So it's a great opportunity for first-time buyers and even you downsizers. We've downsized already many people this year. Great opportunity. Meanwhile, detached homes, they've held up significantly better, we can see. So this tells us that families continue to prioritize, space, lifestyle, and long-term ownership. For buyers, Opportunity still exists, guys, especially we mentioned those numbers, the condo market and the townhomes market. Great opportunity we want to get in. For sellers, success today comes down to strategy. Pricing is number one, preparation is the other. And not just putting a sign on lawn, guys. You need to price it, have a strategy and preparation in today's market. And that's exactly why we understand, every local market, and this is why we sell homes. Before I wrap up, guys, I want to share 2 quick tips I believe incredibly important in today's market. One's for the buyers, stick around, and one's for sellers. And these are the same conversations, my wife Lisa and I have with all our clients every single day. This understanding can make a huge difference in your real estate success. So let's give you these tips right now. All right, our buyer tip. Do not wait for perfect timing. Perfect timing does not exist in this market. Remember that. Right now, buyers still have choices. You still have negotiating power, and in many cases, they still can include conditions, which they are today, and other conditions you can add. So those advantages often disappear when the market becomes very competitive again. Remember that. So focus on buying the right property in the right neighborhood for the long term. That's where wealth is built if you're a buyer. Okay, sellers, don't test the market. Don't test it. Enter the market prepared to win. Today's buyers know exactly what the properties are worth. The homes that are selling on the market today, number one, crucial, price it correctly. Present it properly. That's the second one. And the third, market it aggressively. The first 7 to 14 days of the market, guys, are crucial if you are a seller. That's when you get the most exposure and the most serious buyers. Price correctly from day one and let the market work for you. This is for sellers. All right, if you're thinking of buying, selling, investing, or relocating anywhere across Toronto, Mississauga, Oakville, Burlington, Halton region, Lisa, my wife, and I would love to help you. Comment and let me know what you think. Do you think the Greater Toronto prices will go up or down over the next 12 months? And listen, if you found this helpful, hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss any market update here. I'm Jure, I'm with the Bekavac team, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video.
Everything we touch turns to soul.